LIV burning cash. Is the LIV model flawed from the start? Flawed LIV Golf can't keep burning money. PGA Chief sends stark warning. In this video, we are going to talk about how the PGA Chief calls out LIV Golf's flawed business model and its cash burn. Don't see how it's a survivable business. Seth Wall, the head of the PGA of America, has now publicly criticized the Breakaway series as LIV Golf's battle with the PGA Tour continues. The flawed LIV method was criticized by Waugh, a board member for the official World Golf Ranking, OWGR. The series supported by Saudi Arabia lacks a viable commercial plan, according to the CEO of the PGA. Greg Norman's tour may be burning money, according to Waugh, and it doesn't make sense. The PGA president noted that despite the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, PIF, paying over $2 billion to organize the series, it was barely a successful business. Waugh argued that it didn't make sense for people to place their hopes in the franchise model business, despite the fact that the tour's Saudi sponsors are renowned for having enormous riches. Seth Wall, president of the PGA of America, stated in an interview with The Times, "Their logic about the team play being something significant that people can get behind I think is flawed. I don't think people really care about it, and I don't see how it's a survivable business model. They can fund it for as long as they want to, but no matter how much money you have, at some point burning it doesn't feel very good. I don't see they are accomplishing much." Further explaining his point, Waugh stated that the only way for LIV Golf to float was to find a settlement with the PGA Tour. He added, "It seems logical to me then that you would work towards some sort of agreement. I hope the game comes back together in some form." Waugh says OWGR decision may take time for LIV Golf. Waugh, on the other hand, claims that it is a lengthy process and that OWGR is awaiting the latest LIV answer in their case, but with barriers left to overcome, a decision may not be made till the 2024 season. There are certain parts of their structure that can be solved by math, but there may be some pretty fundamental things that are harder, Waugh added. There's the possibility of team conflict, and then access. How do you get relegated and promoted? They received our most recent response weeks ago, and we have yet to hear back. They formed the mistaken impression that this would be a short procedure. It has never been. As far as I'm aware, every application has taken a year or more. I don't know how long it will take because they haven't responded. They may also be required to address problems, and it is unclear if they are willing to do so. Waugh does hope that, despite the ongoing legal fights, an agreement may be reached to bring the golfing globe back together at some time in the future. The good news is that the Masters went first and frankly set the stage for, civility, he remarked. That's the tone we're going for. No one died, right? My whole corporate career has been spent in an environment of upheaval, and change is typically beneficial. It improves you, and it improves the game. I don't believe division is beneficial to the game. Hopefully it's for the better for people who have made whatever judgments they have, but the game has gone on. Those who have stayed have been magnified, while those who have departed have virtually vanished from the scene in terms of exposure. PGA Championship field has 18 LIV golfers. The field for the PGA Championship, which begins Thursday at Oak Hill Country Club, includes 18 LIV players, the same number that competed in the Masters. Jupiter's Brooks Koepka, who tied for second at the Masters with LIV counterpart Phil Mickelson, and Jupiter's Dustin Johnson, who won LIV's event in Tulsa on Sunday, are among them. Waugh was thrilled to see PGA Tour pros and LIV players cohabit harmoniously at the Masters, and he hopes the trend continues at the PGA Championship. The athletes set aside their disputes and got along all week, with some even suggesting they remain close friends. Waugh is on the governing board at the official World Golf Ranking. LIV applied for OWGR points but has yet to be approved, and it does not look that permission will be forthcoming very soon. Rory McIlroy toning down criticism of LIV Golf at PGA Championship. Rory McIlroy's days as one of LIV Golf's most outspoken detractors may be coming to an end. When asked to guess what professional golf may look like in the future, the four-time major winner declined on Tuesday. I don't have a crystal ball, McIlroy said ahead of the 2023 PGA Championship, which begins at Oak Hill on Thursday. Perhaps this is by purpose. When asked if he was making a conscious effort to avoid discussing Saudi-funded LIV in the future, McIlroy just said, "Yeah." The world's third-ranked player does not appear to be alone in holding this stance. Masters winner and number 1 Jon Rahm and number 2 Scottie Scheffler completely ignored any LIV chatter as they prepared to play 72 holes. The glare that accompanied players from both the PGA and LIV circuits to Augusta National in April appears to have dimmed. Perhaps it was because the only fireworks that happened at the Masters were on the golf field, when LIV's Phil Mickelson finished second and Brooks Koepka played in the last group with Rahm, rather than at news conferences or on social media. 5 weeks and over 900 miles north, no one seemed to be interested in repeating tired talking points from the previous year. When asked where he envisions professional golf in the future, Rahm claimed he was the wrong player to talk to. He emphasized that he never had any negative feelings towards any player who went over to LIV. Rahm went out for a practice round on Monday with Taylor Gooch, who departed the PGA Tour for LIV last summer as if to make his case. Still, it's illustrative of how fast the environment in the sport has shifted in the 11 months since LIV started that Rahm referred to two-time major champion and former number 1 Dustin Johnson as Dustin from LIV after the two collided at the Masters. LIV's second season appears to have stabilized somewhat. The CW is now the tour's U.S. broadcast partner, and Johnson is fresh off a victory in Tulsa, Oklahoma last week, which LIV claimed was its best attended event in the U.S. to date. It remains to be seen whether this means the tours can coexist happily or if this is just a pause. Waugh and LIV. Seth Wall did not feel he demonstrated an anti-LIV golf prejudice in terms of global ranking. The CEO of the PGA of America stated that he was only expressing his business view on the Saudi-funded league. Last week, Waugh told the Times of London that he does not believe the LIV business model is viable, adding that the premise of team play enticing spectators is poor reasoning. They can fund it for as long as they want, but regardless of how much money you have, burning it doesn't feel very good at some point, Waugh told the Times. His remarks aroused concerns about favoritism because the PGA of America sits on the board of the official world golf ranking, and the OWGR has yet to determine whether to include LIV Golf in its system. Waugh was previously the CEO of Deutsche Bank Americas. Waugh described a healthy back and forth between the OWGR and LIV, which applied for global ranking points in July. The procedure normally takes a year, and LIV does not match key criteria because of its small fields, 48 players, absence of cuts, and restricted opportunity to qualify for the league. This isn't a case of we versus them. If you take a step back, the OWGR's entire purpose is to provide a fair playing field, a yardstick by which to judge the game. Our job is to measure tours, not players, and how they perform on those tours in order to develop that yardstick, Waugh explained. What are your opinions on this? Please express your thoughts in the following comment box. If you enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel by clicking the bell icon. This will enable you to be notified as soon as new content is posted. Thank you for taking the time to watch. We'll talk to you again in the following video.